Welcome to the Nurse Shark Academy Show, a Baxter Professional Services production. Welcome to the Nurse Shark Academy Show, where we're experts in nursing and experts in business. I'm Tina Baxter, your host. The Nurse Shark Academy Show highlights nurse business owners and others in the healthcare field who promote entrepreneurship. We invite them to the show and encourage them to tell their story. Today's episode is a special one. This is my Season 1 faves, highlights from some of my favorite episodes from Season 1 with guests Barbara Gaynor, Traceyna Miller, Dominyse Carey, Mariquita Joy, Peggy Gleason, Giselle Mettam, and Pat Iyer. Welcome to the Nurse Shark Academy Show. I'm Tina Baxter, your host. I wanted to say thank you, first of all, to everyone that has been watching our show and following us through Podbean or wherever you get your podcasts and watching our YouTube videos. I greatly appreciate you. And so what I thought I'd do as we wrap up Season 2 of the year is I thought I'd do a little compilation video, kind of inspired by one of my favorite content creators, Charlotte Dobre. Shout out to Charlotte. And I was watching some of her compilation videos and I thought maybe that'd be a great thing to do for you. Is in between our episodes that we have every other week, that maybe I could put a compilation video of some of my favorite moments from Season 1. And I'll do the same thing for Season 2 as we begin to wrap up Season 2. So I wanted to share that with you and also give you a chance to share a little bit about my own story again. As you remember that if you want to hear my full story, go back to Season 1, Episode 1, where I share my full story. But I wanted to share a little bit about what's happening at the Nurse Shark Academy as we get ready to get into these episodes. So one of the big things that we're happening here is that we're kicking off an event, our 2024-25 Nurse Entrepreneurship 5-day challenge. I'm very excited about that. I wanted to share with you how to start your own nurse business and really give you great content and get you started. So we're going to talk about finding your niche. We're going to talk about building your business plan and your marketing and what are all those other things that you need to do. So join us for that event December 30th through January 3rd coming up. But I also want to share some of the things that we've had in growth and this year. And one of the things is we've included more programming. We're actually going to take our signature program, which was the Master Builder class, and I'm going to make that a virtual class so that you can do that at your own time, whenever you want to, and complete the steps at your leisure. So I'm even going to give you a full year to do it if you want to do it in a year. So I'm excited about that. So just look for some changes that are coming up in 2024. We've certainly grown in our reach. We also have our blog, so don't forget our blog and the content that we've brought there. I'm so excited about our series, The Power Of. We did the power of several things and the power of Beatitudes, which we turned into our gratitude journal. So if you want to get that in a digital form, you can download that. And then those of you who really want a print copy, just message me and we can certainly try to get a print copy of that book to you as well. For our gratitude journal. I haven't put the cost or anything like that for that, but other than the digital copy, I think it's like 99 cents or something like that. And then also this year, we were able to open up our patron account through Podbean. So if you become a patron of our show and you just donate $1, give me $1, a month. We'll be putting out special content in 2025. We'll be adding a lot more content into the Patreon account. What I wanted to do is for those that really support our show is bring in experts in different parts of business development. So financial experts and legal experts that are not necessarily nurses, but information for nurses. And I wanted that to be a special thank you for our patrons. So we'll put out those patron episodes as well. So as I get patrons, we'll be adding more of that great content as well. So I wanted to build that platform up a little bit before I start plugging in other people. So I'm going to start out with just adding some extra content from myself until we get more patrons on there, because I feel like I want to do best for those guests that I have too, and I want them to have people to listen to what they have to say. So I wanted to share that with you. This is my thinking behind waiting to invite those guests onto that platform. It's because I want to, make sure it's something that you want. And if you're going to invest in it, then I'm going to make sure you get the content that you need and meet the experts, as I like to say. So I'll bring in some content experts just for our patrons for the show. That will be on the audio version. And as we get more patrons, we will expand to having them on the platform in the video version. So we'll be having that available as well. So there's some great things that are on the horizon for 2025 for the Nurse Shark Academy. And it is because of you. And I really do thank you for all the support. And for those that are following me, and whether you're watching me on YouTube or you're listening through your Podbean, or you are watching us on our Instagram pages and following me along with that, I just appreciate you. It is so gratifying to know that somebody's watching and listening, and that I'm able to share this information with you. And then, of course, we have our other show, the Nursing News You Can Use show, every Wednesday at 5. We provide news for you. And again, as I was thinking about the holidays and things that come up, I'm going to go ahead and start adding some additional compilation shows for that group too, for that show as well. So look for that in the holidays. You may see a few videos from past episodes, because I want to take some time off and enjoy the holidays, and I'm sure you do too. But why not give you some great content in the meantime and help remind you about the great work that we are doing and trying to share the information and news and what's happening in healthcare, because there's stuff that happens every day. And it's amazing how the story and the have come to me, and how the show has just grown. And so I appreciate that. And I wanted to share with you just some updates of what's happening. Also, with the Nurse Shark Academy, we'll be having other events coming up. So just mark your calendars for those things as they come out. Follow us on our Facebook page, Instagram. You'll see some of those things. But I'm encouraged because I've talked to nurses now from around the world, and I've discovered that we all pretty much have the same problems. A lot of nurses are dealing with frustration and burnout and wanting to know what's next. And I'm here to help you in that quest and find out what's next in your career. And I understand it's not maybe coming from the place that maybe you aren't burnt out, but you just know it's time for a change. Maybe physically you're no longer able to work at the bedside, but you still want to work as a nurse. And there are so many different things that you can do. And maybe you're like me. Entrepreneurship seems to be your calling, because I never knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. As I said in episode 1, I consider myself an accidental on purpose entrepreneur. I started out just being a side hustler. I just got some stuff that I was doing, and teaching CPR classes to make extra cash as a college student. Never thought about starting an actual business, having a location, opening up several businesses. Those of you who know the parent company that we have under which the Nurse Shark Academy is run is Baxter Professional Services. And we provide several things. So one is we provide legal nurse consulting for attorneys. We help them with their medical cases. The other thing is Baxter Professional Services Health Education. That particular arm of our business, we provide CPR training, CNA training, home health aid training, TB basic validation training, and hopefully some additional trainings coming up, as well as we do customized in-service training for your home care, or perhaps long-term care and like dementia care training. I'm going to offer, and this is something that just came up that I thought might be really good. And let me know what you think if you're listening and you're in those industries. But I was thinking of offering something on mental health and substance abuse training for CNAs and nurses in long-term care, home care agencies, because I think that's a niche that probably hasn't been tapped into, and people probably need some additional training in that area just to know how to navigate those things, how to recognize the signs and symptoms of substance abuse, and what to do about it when you do. So that's a new training that's going to be coming up under the Baxter Professional Services Health Education. So that's going to be launched in 2025. And then we also have the Nurse Shark Academy. And with the Nurse Shark Academy, as you know, I specialize in helping nurses and others in the healthcare field build and launch their own business. And I really help you with the regulatory issues, some of the legal stuff. I'm not an attorney myself, but I can help you with resources for that as well. And I want to make sure that you get everything that you need to be successful in your business, including having some human resource help and payroll assistance. So I have partners that are wonderful that I can refer you to. You can use my promo code and get a better deal on some of those services. So those are some of the things that I offer through the Nurse Shark Academy. I just wanted to share that with you, kind of give you an update because I think it's been a while since I actually talked about all the great things that we're doing. I get so excited doing the show, promoting other people and what they're doing, that sometimes I forget to tell you what's happening here. And so I thought I'd go ahead and share that. So coming up in our next episode, we're gonna hear from some of my favorite guests. Certainly not all of them, but I didn't want to make this episode too long. But we have Mariquita Joy joining us. A little snippet from her. Traceyna Martin Miller, Giselle Mettam, Pat Iyer, Peggy Gleason, Dominyse Carey, and my good friend Barbara Gaynor. So join me in watching some of these wonderful nurses from season 1. And if you want to check out their episodes, go ahead and check out their episodes. And thank you for listening. I'll see you in the new year. Our next episode, by the way, is coming up pretty soon. And that will end our season 2, and we're getting ready for season 3, and we've got some great guests already lined up for you in season 3. So I'm very excited. Oh, and while I'm thinking, we did celebrate. We were nominated for a Women in Podcasting Award, the Nurse Shark Academy in business. And so we are up for nomination next year. So we're also going for that. So exciting. So if you're watching this, please support us. And when it comes time for opening up for voting, please vote, because we need every vote that we can get so that we can get our award. We appreciate everything that you've done for us. Don't forget to become a patron. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave us a comment. I love to say hello to you. And also coming in 2025, merch. We had a little bit of merchandise, but we're going to have some t-shirts, so you can actually join the Nurse Shark Academy as a patron and get a Nurse Shark Academy t-shirt. And I'd love to show it to you, but I don't have one with me right now. But I will be posting pictures of the t-shirts. And so we'll be having merchandise as well. All right. Thanks a lot. And enjoy the rest of the show.
So they brought in gurus to teach us psych techniques. By the by, many of you may be aware of this if you're working in psych as a nurse, of what's called motivational interviewing, right?
Yes.
It's the big technique towards substance abuse, to be helping with people with dependency issues. And so I became a motivational interviewing expert. Now, for those of you that don't know what that is, it's not a motivational talk. It's an actual counseling technique. That just happens to be the name of it. And so when I wrote the book that I just wrote called How to Talk to Idiots on the Phone Without Going Insane, which is dedicated to case managers, it totally weaves in the techniques of motivational interviewing. It's based upon that, how to be able to use those techniques that you can actually get the person to not know that you're kind of messing with their head, so that you can handle all those nasty phone calls we all have to deal with, where people are, lazy or don't care or make you just want to go insane. So I found that to be extremely useful to my career of just being introduced to motivational interviewing. We do, because we have that piece. So for an example, when, because you're psych, when we talk about motivational interviewing, right? So I know that I can talk to anyone and I can throw out an open-ended question, right? Whether
Yeah.
it's something that's going to make you a little bit uncomfortable, like, well, tell me a little bit more about your parents' marriage. I'm just, making up the silly
Right.
example. And I know that if I sit in my head and count to 10 and stay quiet, you will start talking. Like,
with Meta Health, so we are a medical concierge company, as you said, and what we do, we want to support with that issue, because waiting for healthcare, everyone's got the right to have healthcare, whoever they are. And waiting for healthcare can be painful, it can be distressing, it can be frustrating. And what we wanted to do is provide people with an option, with an option to have healthcare that's rapid, affordable, perhaps in a different country, but getting that healthcare as soon as you can, good value for money with the best outcome possible, because that's what most people want. And that's essentially what we provide at Meta Health. So we support international clients to come to the UK to have private, high quality, rapid, affordable private healthcare.
This was a one-day seminar that I attended while I was working as a nursing quality assurance coordinator, having left my job in staff development about a year before. And he explained about how you find attorneys, approaching them through letters, and offering your services. So I could put on my resume that I had co-authored this book. Little did I know that there are, and at that time, and still are, a lot of cases involving medical surgical patients, falls, medication errors, pressure sores, treatment errors. So I was offering my services as a nurse with a master's with a publication on my resume that made me attractive to attorneys who were involved in these cases. I sent out 20 letters. I got my first case immediately. My second,
and the owner of Passionate Healthcare Training Academy. Welcome, Traceyna, to the show.
And welcome to the Nurse Shark Academy show. This is Tina Baxter, and I'm your hostess. I want to say thank you for tuning in today. We have Traceyna Miller here, and she happens to be a nurse extraordinaire. She has launched her own business as a CPR instructor, and she's added a lactation specialist on there as well. She's got a bunch of things to talk about today. She's one of our fellow sharks, and I'm glad to have you. Welcome, Traceyna. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience?
Sure. Thank you, Miss Tina. My name is Traceyna Miller. I've been a registered nurse for it now to be 12 years this year. I can't believe it. I've been a nurse educator since I graduated with my master's in 2016. I launched my business in 2020. And since then, Miss Tina has been a blessing, an excellent mentor, preceptor, and I thank you for that. So I've been blessed to be able to do a lot within these 12 years.
Great. Now, the first question that I always ask, and I want to thank you for the compliment, but the first question that I always ask is, why did you become a nurse?
It's so funny how I actually became a nurse. In all honesty, it's not like when I grew up, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be a nurse. So originally I wanted to go into optometry. I'm not sure why, but it was just always like interested in it. So I graduated in 01 from Anderson High School. I came down here to IUPUI, and I actually had enrolled as a pre-optometry student.
Attention nurses, are you ready to step into your power and transform your career? Introducing the 5-day Nurse Entrepreneurship Challenge, your fast track to building the business of your dreams. In just 1 hour a day, you'll learn how to find your niche, build a business plan, market like a pro, and launch your dream business with confidence. This challenge is for nurses who are ready to make a change, take action, and create a life of freedom and impact. That's December 30th, 2024 through January 3rd, 2025, 12 p.m. Eastern. Register at the nursesharkacademy.biz. Your dream business is waiting.
I wasn't even thinking I want to be like my mother because I didn't know my mother as a nurse, but I knew she was a caregiver. So I always look at it as sort of an organic thing. It just, that's what I was meant to be. And, I was thrilled. I was thrilled. That's what started it.
So where did you go to school to begin your nursing career?
I began at a local college. It was a state college. And from there, it was driving distance. So that was good. And, our family did not have a lot of resources. So, that's why I couldn't go to the art school that I wanted to go to. But, this was great. It was a 2-year program, but it was crunched. I would never recommend somebody take that many courses in a 2-year period because we had to go through the summer.
Currently, I am the owner of Rejuvenate Muncie, so I have that medical practice here in Muncie. I do a few different service lines: weight loss, hormone therapy, IV hydration, some Botox and chemical pills now. But I also teach, and so I teach at Ball State University in their undergrad and graduate nursing programs.
Oh, wonderful. So very, very well rounded, and we'll unpack some of that in a moment. But the first question I always usually like to ask after the introduction is, what made you decide to become a nurse?
Yeah, so there's really two things to that. When I was going to college, I was like, I want to be an OBGYN. That was what I wanted to do. And so I started at Ball State, and I was meeting with my advisor, and she's like, I wanted to do nursing and pre-med because my grandma is a nurse, and so I have nursing experience, and I've been introduced to that. So I'm like, I want to do medicine basically. But when I was trying to do both of those things, she's like, well, those tracks really don't line up, which didn't make a lot of sense to me. So I said, okay, well, we'll just forget the pre-med track. I'll just do nursing. And I just really have enjoyed it since then. And I decided somewhere along the line to just ditch the whole physician route and just stick with nursing.
Hi, and welcome to the Nurse Shark Academy. This is Tina Baxter, and I'm your hostess for today. And today we have Barbara Gaynor, who is joining us. She's a legal nurse consultant extraordinaire and a patient advocate. And so I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell you more about what she does.
Hi, Tina. Thank you very much for inviting me to your podcast. Hi, everyone. As Tina said, my name is Barbara Gaynor. I am a legal nurse consultant and also a patient advocate. With regards to being a patient advocate, it's just about helping to help people navigate the complexities of the healthcare system. So helping them with that, and also with the legal nurse consulting, educating attorneys and helping them with their cases. Those are the things I like to do.
All right. Well, thank you. Now, tell me, what made you, or why did you become a nurse?
That's interesting. Well, when I was younger, I wanted to be a doctor. And then things didn't work out that way. So I said, okay, I'll be a nurse. And I grew up in Jamaica, so I didn't like their system. So anyway, when my family migrated here to the States, I went into the nursing program and enjoyed it very much because I love helping people. You have a lot of, people trying to, and families, wanting you to help them with certain things. And you go, okay, let me just learn about it. And things just intrigue me. I like to watch Dr. Kildare. I'm dating myself. and his nurse Bonnie. So those were my inspirations growing up, and I really do like it. I love medicine, I love nursing, I love teaching, and just helping people understand what's really happening with them. For men, I kind of, when I'm trying to explain things to them, I put the analogy of a car. For women, sometimes I put the analogy of cleaning products, or
Thank you for listening to the Nurse Shark Academy show wherever you get your podcasts or watching us on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll know when all of our episodes come out. If you want further information, you can contact us on the NurseSharkAcademy.biz.